Well, hey guys, welcome to another E36 video. I'm working on the engine management issues today, and it was kind of a fun thing. I found that if I swiped the cam sensor back and forth on a piece of metal, it would make the tach jump. So that's how I'm choosing to start this for some reason. So just a quick update on the E36. I thought I had the hot start issue nailed just by cleaning the dielectric grease that the previous owner put all over every single engine harness plug. However, fired it up today to go take pictures to throw it online for sale. No start. It's 93 degrees in here. I discovered that if I backed out the bolt from the crank sensor just a little bit and wiggled it, the tach would jump like crazy and it would get the injectors firing. However, when I'm actually cranking the car and it's fully in place, no tach movement at all. So since I have a brand new cam sensor, I decided to do it. I got in there, and this Vanos solenoid was cranked down so tight, I had to use the old BMW dealer fan clutch nut removal technique, which is get my air hammer and start just wailing into this thing. So I think I have a spare at home. I'll need to put it back in, obviously, to seal up the oil. In an additional notice, I found out that the oil pressure feed for the Vanos was like finger tight, and it hadn't been hemorrhaging oil anyway. So I'll fix that up too, but I couldn't believe when I found both of those things. So somebody definitely tried to change out this solenoid at some point and it failed when they couldn't get that solenoid off. Of course, this thing is leaking oil like crazy now that I've pulled all that apart. But anyway, old cam sensor is unfortunately zip tied in there. You probably can't see it. So I'll have to cut that out. But yeah, here's the new one. And I'll have to make sure there's no O-ring, and I'm pretty sure there should be an O-ring. I'll have to check real OEM real quick, but there is the new sensor. Genuine. New hotness is in. I did put the solenoid back in, even though it's pretty much horked and it's going to need replacement. But very curious to see if I get the same behavior, which is just obviously crank, no start. Same exact behavior. That sounded like a big vacuum leak. That's new. Huh. And that's no cranks, or sorry, no cam sensors like that. Okay, let's look at the DTCs. That's new behavior. So it was still cam sensor, bank 1. So I cleared them and reset adaptations. I guess we'll try again. Weird. Okay, so it runs terrible with the map disconnected, so we've got a big vacuum leak. Alright, so I had one big backfire earlier, and it popped the big OBD1 idle hose out of the back of the intake. So, MAF is still unplugged. Let's see what we got. Okay, so it runs abso-freaking-lutely perfect. We plug the MAF in, clear the DTCs, and try again. But this thing just needed a cam sensor all along. Throttle position sensor? Okay. I guess I could have hit all adaptations. I guess let's try again. Oh, for bleep's sake. Alright, well, let me move it out. Well, annoyingly yet happily, that appears to have solved the problem. Just left it idling out here for like 10 minutes. No DTCs. Pulls really nice for an S52. That 24-pound Turner tune, and it looks like it has an HFM mod, but I don't actually think it does. It still says Siemens on it. I'm not aware of a larger size Siemens MAF. I am very, very excited that this car is cooperating. Unintentionally, I made it nicer than I would have otherwise. But at least whoever buys it's getting something nicer than I ever intended to keep around. That's how it goes, though. You always deal with little problems you don't really care about with a car until you go to get rid of it. Then you fix everything. Even though you could have had a way nicer car the whole time you owned it. Yeah. Combine no more check engine lights with a fixed headliner, with a little area in front of the rear right wheel being fixed. This thing actually doesn't suck too hard, so hopefully A, it goes to a decent home, and B, gets out of my life pretty soon here. So yes. And I'm late for dinner. Whoops. See you guys next week.